All right, what's up, guys? VV back with another video. And in today's video, guys, guess what? In 3 more days, at the time you're recording this video, well, technically like 2 days, right? Today's Wednesday. In about 2 more days, ST-13 is finally going to drop. And guys, what we're going to be doing in my next two, in today's video, in my next 2 videos, we're going to be going over each leader from this starter deck and talk about running a deck list that is going to be legal as soon as it hits the stores, right? Like, you'll be able to unbox it, put these decks together, and go. Because for those who are not aware, a lot of the black yellow Luffy decks that are winning big tournaments in the East right now, those are EB-01 and OP-07 lists. And black yellow Luffy really needs some of the cards in those lists to go to the next level. But that's okay. We can still, like, make do with what we have, with what's legal to us in the West, in OP-06 and ST-13, to make some pretty solid decks. And that's what we're going to be looking at in these today's video and the next 2 videos for me coming out this week. So let's go ahead and dive into it. You know what you're getting into. We're going to be looking at Sabo today. Obviously, the thumbnail should have gave that away. We're going to be checking out Sabo. Tomorrow, we're going to be checking out Blue Yellow Ace, and then the next day, Black Yellow Luffy. And again, these are not the fully finalized like EB-01 and OP-07 decks. This is just what we'll have access to as soon as this hits, so that you'll be able to play it at locals and hopefully do very well with them. Okay, and we got 3 games lined up on the sim, and then we're going to check out the deck list. But the first things first, we do have to check something out real quick, guys, or we got to go over something. Over on MoonlightTCG.com, there is there's weekly tournaments, every single week. But there's a big one coming up soon. This massive prize webcam tournament, guys. Massive prize webcam tournament. That was almost like a tongue twister for some reason. All the M's. $30 entry fee, guys. Check this out. Let me put my glasses on so I can read this. It is a $30 entry fee. You can sign up now by just clicking this. It's a webcam style tournament, so not sim, webcam. When this webcam tournament starts at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sunday, this Sunday coming up, basically right after the Kissimmee Regional. How do you register? Once you pay, you can read through this whole thing. But guys, this will be determined, like, the prize support is not like a set number. It's going to determine how many people sign up for this. So, the more people that sign up, the larger the prize pool. And there will be a top 8 cut. A top 8 will receive cash prize payouts through PayPal. And like I said, exact pricing is to be determined. It depends on how many people sign up. So if you're looking at getting your feet wet, like get into like an online tournament and try to make a little bit of money playing One Piece, this is a great opportunity for you to do that. So again, that's MoonlightTCG.com. If you're interested, go check that out. Me and Joey from Heart Pirates TCG, we will be commentating that tournament. So that should be a lot of fun. Okay, so let's go ahead and hop into these games, and then we'll check out the deck list afterwards. I just did 3 quick games on the sim, guys, and the deck just pumps. I don't know how else to say it. I needed to kind of rush today's video. I was in a little bit of a rush today, but watch how this deck plays out. Hey, this was the perfect deck to rush with. I'm telling you guys right now, this is probably the most aggressive deck that I've played with so far in One Piece. Like in the One Piece TCG, this is probably one of the most aggressive decks out there. And watch what it does. Okay, because we don't have access to Kid and Killer, I'm actually pushing in the Ohm and Holy package, so that way we can cheat cards out and fill up the board and go about things. Go about winning that way. He's going to swing 6 at me here. I know I have to take 1 more hit from the 7K, so I just counter out of that with 2 1Ks. Notice I didn't get a single 2K counter. That's wild. I run 12 in the deck, guys. I run 12 2K counters in the deck, and you'll see that when we get to the deck list at the end of the video. And as usual, guys, I will timestamp all this. Reiju is a good deck, though. I mean, like, it's not like I'm playing against... Like, I know this isn't... a lot of people want to see me play against Gecko, Moria, Sakazuki, or Katakuri. It's rare to find those, guys. It's rare to find those on the ladder a lot of times. I haven't seen a Sakazuki deck listed in a very long time. But, it is what it is. So swing 7 into his guy, take that out, because I dropped him down to 5 with Otama. And then swing 5 into Reiju here. And let's see what he does. He'll probably take this. He has 3 cards in hand. I don't know why he would not just take this to draw some cards. And he takes a while to make this decision, guys. Remember, I have this in... let me make sure. I have this in 2x speed, right? Yes, I do. Okay, I was going to say... Yeah, I got this in 2x speed. It took him a while to make that decision. I play out Kikanojo. This card, I've talked about it before in previous videos. Kikanojo in Red Yellow Sabo is disgusting. Like, the card is absolutely insane. And here we go. So he's going to try and take out my guys here. I do have a 3K counter, the 3K counter event in my hand, so I'm going to be able to save at least one of my characters here. But look what he does. Okay, he does go into my, yeah, he does go into my character. I was going to say, I don't remember if he goes in my face or not here, but it's like I would not even counter out then. So check this out, guys. This is where the deck just kind of shines. I'm going to go 7 into his guy. Then I go, okay, wait a minute, let me make sure I do this correctly. Yeah, so it's swing 7 into his guy, see what he gives me. And he was very smart to not counter out of this. I don't know if he just didn't have enough counter power left, but it's very smart, because watch this play, guys. Throw out, what's his name here, ace, and then I was going to swing 9 at his guy. Swing 6 at face, so I ended up going 9 at face, 6 at face. I should have done that in the opposite order, since, you know, I should have done that in the correct order, but I still got a life from him, so it ended up working out perfectly. I've got Kikanojo at the top of my life, so whenever I do take a life, I'm back on the aggressive here. I'm back on the offensive, and I'm up to 3 life. He had me down to 2 life, so he's starting to think, okay, I'm starting to whittle him down. Maybe I can rush him down at the end of the game if I need to. RY Sabo says, no, you're pretty much just never going to be able to do that to me. You're pretty much just never going to be able to do that to me, to just, like, rush me down. I mean, I guess it can happen, right? So I let him have that. He swings 5 into that. He can't even swing into my ace because it's a 9,000 power character. Swing at me, I'll take it. Kikanojo comes out. Here we go, guys. It's time to end the game, because, I mean, like, look how crazy this is, man. All right, so swing 7 at life. I probably should have done swing 9 at life there, I think, if I'd done the math correctly, but he ends up taking it, so it's like, okay, I'm going to load up and just KO you with my leader, swing, like, you know, what would that have been? 14k at life. Fast games, guys. RY Sabo's fast games, and it's kind of a tricky deck. You'll see in this next video will really show that off. Whoops, hang on one second, guys. Get the next one. Okay, next one here, we got Purple Yellow Crocodile. This was a pretty fun game. All right, volume's off. Let me get us up to 2x speed. Let me move my camera. I already forgot to do it for an entire game. Sorry, guys. Make sure we're lined up there. Almost lined up. Right there. Okay, sorry about that, guys. So back to the game. Purple Yellow Crocodile. That new Miss Wednesday card, I think that's her name, right? Yeah, Miss Wednesday. That card is so obnoxious and so annoying and so perfect for Purple Yellow Croc. He swings 7 at life. I gladly take that. I get a Satori trigger. Throw out the dog. I don't need any more. Throw in the Satori on the board. And here we go, guys. We're going to be swinging for, what? Like, I think I go 5, 5, 6, 6 or something like that. This is like turn 3. Remember, guys, this is like, or was it turn, excuse me, it's turn 4. I can't count. 2, 4, 6. Actually, this is turn 3 for me because he went first, I think. 2, 4, 6. Yeah, this is turn 3, excuse me. And I'm swinging in 4 times for 5, 5, 6, 6. And then I'm dropping a Kikanojo on the board. So since he did not invest any Dawn, I know he's trying to play an 8-cost character here, or like a larger character. So it's like, no, I'm not going to let you have it then. You're not getting that. I'm going to punish you for whatever big card you play here. I thought he was going to play the 8-cost Crocodile to gain 1 life. But this card's pretty good too, Lin, but it's actually really bad here because I lost a life and putting me at 2 life. That turns on my ace. Watch this turn, guys. Watch this turn. Swing 5 at life. And by the way, going down to 2 life makes my own a 6,000 power character. Okay, now it's time for the fireworks. Swing 5 at your leader. This combo here on 8 Dawn is so insane, guys. If you have the ace, the mini ace in your hand and the big ace, return him to, I just returned, hang on, I gotta pause because so much is happening. So I played out ace for 5, right? Swung 7 with him. Then I attached 1 Dawn to my leader. Put the ace back on top of my life with the leader's effect, and I buff another character on the board plus 2,000 for until the end of my opponent's next turn. Then I play out the 2-cost ace to bring the ace back into play, swing 7 again, and you guys see where this is going. It's just absolutely disgusting damage here. And I still have a 6k. I didn't even get to swing with 3 of my attacks that turn, and technically a 4th one because he hit it with beige. He hit my my own with a beige. So the amount of aggression, the amount of firepower this deck has is brutal, guys. Absolutely brutal, and I love it. I love every minute of it. Okay, at least being the pilot behind it, maybe not being on the other side, the other end of it. All right, last game here, going against a blue-purple Hanybal. I almost just left this game. I'm not gonna lie, because it was like, I don't really want to play against a deck that's like this off meta, but it's like, at the same time, some people do at least like to see this leader in action, and it's kind of disrespectful to leave in the middle, you know, like, when you see your opponent's deck, you're like, oh, I don't want to play against you, so you just leave. It happens. I have done it. I'm not going to lie. I'm not saying it's the right thing to do, but it does happen, especially when you're trying to do specific play testing. I understand it. Okay, swing 5 at life here. I'm going to take this. So with this deck, excuse me, with this deck, I want to get down to 2 life because it turns my ohms plus 1,000 power on. Notice I got the ohm and holy card there. That was very nice. But it turns on my ohm to a 6,000 power character, and it turns on my ace to get rush. Ace needs to have 2 or less life for it to have rush. So swing 7 with the Chihuahua here. That's a nice new card, by the way, that 4-cost 5k rush Chihuahua card. It's also a Jailer Beast. Okay, so I swing 5 into it. I'm just trying to eat up cards from his hand here a little bit, because I already know what kind of play I'm trying to do here. So I actually swing 7 there. I'm like, okay, I do actually need to get this off the board, but I kind of messed that up, because what I think I should have done there is, you know, how do I say this? Play out the Kikinojo. I don't know. I probably could have done that a little bit better. That's all I'm going to say. But it ended up working out in the end. And I did get a card out of his hand. And I did gain a life. So he bottom decks my Kikinojo with Mihawk. That felt horrible. And all of a sudden, I was thinking, wow, this is actually turning out to be a pretty good game. Like, this is probably going to be a lot closer than I thought. But I still feel like I'm in commanding position in this game. I don't know if this player runs it. You know, I don't know what blue-purple Hannibal's running right now, but I think it should be running Pudding, because if he hit me with a Pudding right now, it would ruin my day for sure. Like, it would definitely ruin my game. Okay, so right here I swung for 7 with ace, played out, brought it back to my life. 1 second, guys, sorry. So I played out ace, swing for 7. This is the 8 Dawn combo that I'm talking about. If you have ace and you have 2 or less life, if you have ace, you play him out from your hand, swing for 7. Okay, and then you know, hang on. I actually skipped a step there, guys. Hang on 1 second. I got to do this. I want y'all to see this full 8 Dawn combo, because it's really important. Okay, play. Okay, so I don't swing with Holy first, because I need to buff him with my leader's effect when putting ace back. So I'm going to play out ace and swing for 7. And it does risk getting hit from a trigger, sure, but it's still I still think this is the correct way to play it. So swing 7 at face here. He's going to take it. I attach 1, put ace back, give my Holy plus 2,000 until the start of my next turn. Swing 7 at him with the Holy now. And now I'm going to play out my ace 2-cost card, play out the ace from my life again to swing 7, and give my leader plus 2,000 for the turn, and now I'm swinging 8. So I just swung 7, 7, 8. Wait, 7, 7, 7, 8. Swings into my Holy there. I'm like, okay, you're trying to play another large character here, so I need to go ahead and defend it. And he's going to bottom deck my, he's going to play out another Mihawk here to bottom deck my ace. And I was like, oh, crap. Then he couldn't even swing, by the way, because he only had 6,000 power to swing with his leader left. So right here, I'm hitting myself over. I trashed the wrong card. Let me go back real quick. I wanted y'all to see something. So to counter out of this this attack right here, I should have just given him 2 2K counters, but I got greedy. If I had just given him the two 2K counters, or like a 2K counter in the Ohm, then I could have actually just won the game next turn. But it ends up still working out. You'll see what I'm saying here. Okay, say 2K and 1K. I should not have given him the Luffy. Giving him the Luffy was a mistake. Should not have done it. Because then, this is how this turn will go. Pause. I'm at 10 Dawn. This is how this turn goes if I had what I just said. I could have gone, attach 1 to my leader. I have to do that for the effect, so I have 9 Dawn left. Play out my Luffy for 5. Attach 1 to him to swing for 7 at life, right? And probably swing, well, actually, excuse me, don't swing with Ohm yet. So swing 7 at life. He takes it or counters out. Then I put Luffy back on top of my life, giving plus 2,000 to the dog again to swing 7 into life. Then I play out the 2-cost Luffy that I just trashed, you know, countering out, to bring Luffy back into play, attach another Dawn to him to swing 7, and now my leader's at 7 base, and I can swing for 9 with my leader to finish it out, I believe, 7 or 8. Or 8 or 9, excuse me. So that's what I should have done. But that's okay. You know, that's why we do play testing. That's the best part about the sim, is to do some practice, to put in some play testing. Especially with that effect right there, where he was able to bounce one of my cards back with that impel down 1 cost. It says you have to return a character that's not rested, an active character, back to your hand. That was really strong, and I started getting scared. Like, wait, am I going to lose this game? So I'm like, okay, no, let me go up to 3 life. I can still go up to 3 life this turn. No problem, and then I can fill out the board with my Ohm and Holy here. But even that was a bad play in my opinion. I shouldn't have given any counter power away, because I almost regret it, guys. You'll see what I'm saying. I almost regret this, and more than anything, I just regret not playing the way that I said, like where I should have swung for, like, you know, twice with Luffy in 1 turn and my leader for a huge attack. So I played that out. I should not have even played the Ohm and Holy. I should have kept the counter power in hand, especially, you know, swinging first to see, like, oh, he got a trigger. I should have done it in the correct way. But that's okay. Swing 7. I have to take this. I got to take the 2 9K attacks, and then he's going to load up 7 on a Hanybal, on the little 1-cost Hanybal. Is this at 2x speed, guys? I'm sorry. Yeah, okay. Swing 9, no counter, and a 1K. That was all I needed. Swing 9, 5 or 2, 2, 1, you win. That was a nail biter when it should not have been. That should have been an absolute blowout with the first play that I told you with Luffy. But you make mistakes. It's good to not just leave when you make a mistake and try to win playing from the backward, playing from a down position. So that way, I think it can help you get better at the game. Okay, let's look at the deck real quick. See what's going on here. So you notice what I have this called. Let me move my head now. My camera. There we go. I've got this called Red Yellow Sabo pre, as in pre EB-01 and pre OP-07. The list is very straightforward. It's running a pretty decent Land of Wano package with Hiyori, Momonosuke, and Kikinojo. And then it's got a little bit of Sky Island stuff here, but not enough to justify running like Satori in my Shura. Not enough to run Shura in my opinion. Now, a few other decent cards to look at. There was a blocker worth considering in the deck. Not Chopper. This guy Shiraya is definitely he is a worthy consideration in the deck because he'll help you match up against the black yellow Luffy decks when they first pop. When they first hit the stores. But honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I haven't had a lot of trouble with black yellow Luffy because when they go down to 0 life and I drop down a Monkey D. Luffy here, I'm going to swing through for like 16K. And yet, sometimes they can counter out of it. It is true. Like, because they go up to 9K, so they just have to have like 2K, 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 and like I think another, like 8,000 power, I think, to get out of it. Or 7,000, whatever it ends up being. But still, it's, I think this card's probably enough for us to deal with Black Yellow Luffy if we play appropriately. And we keep this card on the board, and hoping they don't have like the 5 cost Sabo to pop it with the yellow Sabo that can pop a 5 or less if it trashes a life card. But yeah, I think if you play smart, I think you can play around that pretty well. What else? This deck's running a lot of rush cards. The card, I will say this. I was talking to one of my buddies, Moash DMC. Definitely check him out. Big shout out to him. Check him out sometime if you get a chance. I'll have him linked down in the comment section below if you want to check him out. He was saying, why not? I was running the Revolutionary Army card Koala, the 2K. Let me hang on. Let me get out of here. Do counter 2000. I was running Koala right here in the place of Otama because I was like, okay, yeah, it costs one more. They're both 2K counters, but Otama's like a 0 power card that only does minus 2000. So why not run Koala? Because I am a Revolutionary Army leader with Red Yellow Sabo. But he had a really good point. He said this is another card that you can bounce to your life with Momonosuke. Really good heads up, view there, because I had never considered it like that. I had even considered like running 9 cost Yamato because she's Land of Wano. I can bounce back to my life with Momonosuke as well. But Otama being a utility slot 2K counter, just like Hiyori, these are both Land of Wano characters, guys. So you can use both of them in utility ways, and then later in the game, just recycle them, get the full value from them while gaining life. Absolutely perfect. Because one thing I will say is I think this deck, might need some ways to pop the bigger characters, like 7,000 power and higher characters. Well, just play out Otama, minus 2,000 to the character for the turn, and now you can swing into it a few times, with like 7K characters of your own, and then you can recycle her later with Momonosuke, gaining a life from it and getting a 2K counter back to hand with more utility later. So that was an awesome decision there. That's one of my favorite things about having this channel, guys, and having the Discord. Please go check out the Discord if you have not already. We're always coming up with ideas like this, little combos, little spicy combos and whatnot, and coming up with synergy in the deck. That's what, like I said, that's what I love about card games in general, and that's what I really love about being in a community that we can bounce these ideas off of each other and take our decks to the next level, getting more and more out of them. So really good stuff there. Everything else is pretty straightforward. So the cards that I'm having to put in for cards that are not currently available to us is I put in Omen Holy over the place of the card coming out in EB-01 is called Kid and Killer. It's this card right here. I'm sure you've seen it a lot, especially if you follow my channel. I talk about this card all the time. It's a 4-cost 7,000 power rush card. That's what it is. I understand that there's a stipulation, right? Like if your opponent has 2 or less life cards, this character gets plus 2,000 power until the end of the turn. Yeah, that's not hard to do when you're attacking your opponent with Zoros, Aces, Luffy's, just going face with him. You're flooding the board with cards like Holy, and you're potentially getting cards from your life like Satori and Kikinojo. You see what I'm saying? It's just very, very powerful. I am running I'm still running two of the You're the One Who Should Disappear events, because I think they're very useful in a deck that runs this many cards without counters. Like, I'm running 20 bricks in this deck, right? 4 Momonosuke, 4 Ace, 4 Zoro, 4 Luffy, and 4 Kikinojo. That's 5 4-ofs that are straight up dead in hand. Now, yes, it is true that we're going to be attacking more than we're going to be defending, and if we need to gain life, we can easily do it with our leader's effect. I'm sorry, guys, I kind of skipped over the leader. If you don't know what he does, please pause and read the screen right now. This leader is very powerful. All you do is attach 1 Dawn, and you can put a 7,000 power or more character on top of your life, and then give one of your characters plus 2,000 power for the turn. Understand what that does. When you set a card to your life like Luffy or Ace, you can then play the Luffy or Ace that's, you know, correspondent to, or that corresponds with them, and now you can cheat the card back into play to be more aggressive while also staying defensive because you're buffing your leader plus 2,000 power for like an additional turn. It's very, very strong. I will say this. I'm just kind of ranting at the end here, guys. I appreciate everyone who makes it this far. I will say this, guys. Like, I don't know how this leader did not pick up more traction in the East. I'm gonna have to find what deck was just mangling it in the East that like made it unplayable, because every time I play this deck, and I know it's on the sim, I get it, you know, I have very limited time to test against like every single kind of deck out there with every single kind of deck that I want to play test with. But man, I feel like every time I boot this deck up, it just runs people over. I'm not saying I don't lose with it, I have lost, but it's one of those leaders that's just, it has a lot of answers, and it actually has a higher skill ceiling than you might think. It's not just purely reliant on triggers like this. These just buff it and make it stronger. It's more reliant on playing skillfully with the leader and then rushing your opponent down when the opportunity presents itself. Very fun deck to play, and I do recommend y'all try this at some point, especially waiting for EB-01 to drop, because you guys know when EB-01 drops and when OP-07 drops, I'll be playing some Black Yellow Luffy a lot. But I'll probably be playing this deck for the time being because it's fun. I feel like it's a lot better than people think, and I don't think many people are going to be expecting you to run a deck like this. All right, guys, that's about it. If you guys got any comments, questions, suggestions, please do not hesitate to put them down in the comment section below. I love reading y'all's feedback. You know, just please keep it respectful, but I love reading feedback and stuff like that. Tell me what y'all think about this leader. And remember, tomorrow's video, so today's Wednesday, right? Let me check down here. It is Wednesday, right? Yeah. Tomorrow's video will be on Blue, Yellow, Ace. I'll be going over what deck I recommend playing with him for, you know, OP-06, ST-13 time period before EB-01 and before OP-07 over here in the West. All right, guys, that's about it. That's all I got for you. Like I said, please don't forget to like and subscribe, or I don't even know if I said that. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you've not already. And any comments, questions, suggestions, please put them down in the comment section below. All right, guys, until next time. Peace.